What's up lads, my name is TheMidnitekid and welcome to my first video for MreGamersSports. Today I'm going to be discussing the two footballing giants, FIFA and PES. There's always debate about it. They seem to be the football equivalent of COD versus Battlefield, and there's always a good bit of banter about it, good bit of crack. I want to hear from you in the comments, let me know which you prefer and why. But I'm going to kick things off by saying, personally I am a PES fan and have been all my life. I've been disappointed with FIFA the last 2 years really, while I've been impressed with Konami, what they're trying to do. You know, they ripped out their engine and they started from scratch. There's going to be a new engine in the new one that's developed specifically for PES 2013, so that's going to be good. FIFA 13 looks to be the same game as FIFA 12 with a few tweaks, and they're not exactly what people wanted. I have to say I am kind of disappointed with football gamers because it seems that Konami doesn't even get a look in. It's all FIFA this, FIFA that. And when you break down both games, I can't really understand why there's such a divide amongst the community. Both games have pros and cons. FIFA's online modes are as flawed as PES, and vice versa. They're both flawed, they both are exploited. There's cheaters that don't get punished. There's no patches rolled out from either Konami or EA, and I think it's an absolute disgrace in this day and age that they should sort them out. Both teams need to sort them out, the development teams of both games. But both have major in-game flaws. I mean, FIFA has terrible referees. The goalkeepers, if you go around them and the goalkeeper takes you down, you don't even get a penalty half the time. You don't ever get booked. So they need to fix that. The impact engine is hilarious. I mean, I'm not even going to say much about that because it's an absolute disgrace that was released. But then PES has terrible goalkeepers, and the ping-pong passing is the worst edition of PES 2012. It's too fast. You know, they need to slow the game down or whatever. Animation and shooting wise, yeah, FIFA does trump PES, but PES has far superior AI, which is very important in a football game or any sports game. And I do think it is a bit of a personal choice which you prefer because both games are very alike. Be a pro mode as well in both games or be a legend in PES or whatever. Offline, PES hammers FIFA though. Career mode is improved, but it's not as good as it should be or it could be. You know, they need to push the boat out. EA need to get a bit creative and stop doing things by the book so much. PES Master League is famous. It's absolutely a brilliant game mode, one of the best game modes of all time. You can incorporate so much into the game. You can create fantasy teams galore. You can do whatever you want really. I mean, you have all the classic players for one. You have 250 to 300 classic players in PES, such as Pele, Maradona, George Best, all the way down to the entire 1998 French World Cup winning team. You know, these can be implemented into Master League, and like, in all fairness, who doesn't want to pit Barcelona against 1970s Brazil? That's just what needs to happen. There needs to be that little bit of fantasy about football because the possibilities are endless really in Master League and in PES. It's almost an RPG. There is elements of an RPG in it, that the Japanese influence comes in from that. And I do think that the Master League is seriously underappreciated. Not only can you change your kit and the boots, the players' jerseys can be changed, their hairstyle can be changed, every stat can be changed, their height, whatever. And I mean, who doesn't want to see Wayne Rooney sporting a red afro when he leads the line against Liverpool in the derby? Over the last few days I've engaged in some heated debates with some FIFA fanboys who always depend on the same defence every time. Every time it's licenses, licenses, licenses. What people don't understand is that PES can be edited near identical with FIFA. You know, the jerseys, the kits, the stadiums look absolutely brilliant. You can get the Sky Sports mark, everything. It can be done exactly the same. You know, look it up on YouTube. I'll leave a link to a full edit for the Euro 2012 coming up anyway, and it looks unbelievable on the PC. But nothing seems to be said about the omission of the Champions League in FIFA games. PES gets docked a point every year for not having the correct licenses because it is, you know, it's a money issue and they can't afford it. Whereas FIFA can't have the Champions League license, but nothing is said about it. So it's the same thing, it's a like for like, but of course FIFA don't concentrate on that and the media don't concentrate on that because they're told not to. And that's why Konami don't get the praise that they do for implementing a brilliant mode like the Champions League and the way that they do it in Master League and everything. I also hate the fact that people seem to forget that competition is healthy. I mean, if Call of Duty didn't have Battlefield to contend with and Medal of Honor to, you know, a lesser degree, you know, why would they even bother trying? They just keep rinse and repeat the whole time. People would buy it because there'd be nothing else on the shelf, and that'd be the way that it would go. Like Madden there for a good while, and that's what EA did. Do you know, I just don't understand that. It has to be said that Konami have stuck with it, and they've stuck with it well. And I think that the casual market, while it is owned by FIFA now, I think it could change in the future when, you know, more and more people start to buy PES, and I think that PES 2013 could be the start of the king taking back its throne. But just on a side point, if anyone that says that, you know, PES is absolute rubbish and whatever, FIFA is 100 times better than it, you still have to thank Konami a bit, because not a lot of people know this, but FIFA 8 was made up by a load of former PES staff. A lot of them had worked on previous PES titles, developing, creating. You know, FIFA 8 came out and it knocked PES off its pedestal, and rightly so. It was a brilliant game, and FIFA 9 continued that trend, and FIFA 10 was, you know, I think FIFA 10 was the pinnacle of their success, and I think they've gone downhill since that. But anyway, that's just about it, lads. Get in touch in the comments below, let me know what you think. Am I just talking rubbish? Am I a PES fanboy that's not giving FIFA the credit that it deserves? If you are a FIFA fan, will you try PES? Or if you are a PES fan, will you try FIFA? Get in touch, and I'll talk to you soon.